Hey YouTube, what's up? This is another gear subjects video, and it's something that I've had a problem with for a while. I'm going to talk about steel expandable batons. The first one I owned was a cheap one. It was made in Taiwan, I believe, or Thailand, and I bought it from a gun store. I'm not going to name the gun store, I don't want to denounce their products. I'm not saying their products are shit. I'm just saying they were selling cheap batons. It's not their fault. They're a gun store. They had rifles and pistols and shotguns. The only thing wrong with them, I can really say, is that they won't let you physically examine one of their firearms without a firearms license. But if you go to a firing range here in Canada, even if you don't have your license, you can legally rent out a gun in some firing ranges. You can rent them out for an hour, sign a waiver in case you do get hurt, and you can shoot that thing on the range without a license. If you have a grandfather or a dad with a gun, he can show you how to shoot. You don't need a license, but you go into a gun store, even though the weapons are, unloaded and there's a trigger lock on them, those little things they put in between the trigger and the trigger guard so a person's finger can't get in there. Even though those are on there, they won't allow you to physically examine them. I know what I'm doing, gun store, okay? But about the batons, we're getting off subject. The first one I bought from there was just cheaply made. I brought it home, and I closed it inside my house. I have tile flooring, just old cheap tile flooring, and I closed it on the floor. Well, the floor's kind of slippery, so when I closed it, the steel baton slipped. Closed on an angle. When this baton closed on that angle, though, the steel slightly bent. I extended it after that because I was showing my friends it. It was, how they're in 3 segments to handle the middle piece, the third piece. The third piece flew at the middle piece. Right across the room, almost hit my dog. Could have hurt the puppy. But luckily it didn't. And I'm like, shit, what just happened? So, I spent, just fucking hours a day with a hammer, trying to hammer it back into shape. Once those things bend, if they're not tempered steel, you ain't getting them back. They're fucked. It wasn't tempered steel, it was cheap. That's the problem with it. I bought a second one. I hit it off of a punching bag, and it bent. Again, the third piece followed the middle piece. So, that what that's telling me. The cheaper batons that are not tempered steel, they bend easy, and you can't repair them after that. So, lastly, I bought a third baton. This one I didn't go to that gun store. The first 2 I did. Sorry, first 3 I had. 2 were 21 inch, and the third one was a 16 inch, which ultimately bent. Because, well, actually I hit it off metal, and it bent. I hit it off the bars of a bicycle. It was an old bicycle we were throwing out, so I'm like, let me have some fun with it. Hit the handlebars. Handlebars got like a little ding in them, baton fucking bent. So, the fourth one I bought, it was a 26 inch Rothko. And it held up a bit better because, it just seems the ones made in Asia are sweatshop garbage. They are, okay? This Rothko held up except for I hit it off of a plastic container. Now this plastic container had a dome shape on the front of it. So maybe it added to the strength of it. And it bent the fucking baton. A plastic container bent this baton. Needless to say, these were cheap batons, okay? They weren't tempered, but they bent like that. So, my verdict on the expandable baton, rather it's a $200 ASP or ESP, or it's a $30 fucking Rothko baton. My verdict is, they bend too easy. You get them caught in something, you hit them off concrete or something, you don't mean to hit. They're gonna bend, okay? They're not meant to be put through so much force. A lot of people have said, yeah, when I was a kid I had one, I played around with them, I hit them off trees, they don't bend. Maybe they had more expensive ones. I can only afford the cheap ones. Okay, I'm not a cheap bastard. It's the money I make. I can't make more money. My position is at my work what my position is. I'm making what my salary is for that position. I have no control over it. So, cheap batons bend. That's the point. Whether they're tempered or not, they bend. Even expensive ones, which are mostly always tempered, they bend because it's just the design of them. The steel tubing segments are hollow, for one. When they're attached to each other, like here's the second piece, right? It's like that, only about that much in is how deep that first piece is in. So it's very easy for that to bend like that. Now if it was down in there like that, it'd have a harder time, but it doesn't. They're all like that. But expandable batons, they break easy is the point. So, if you're going to get a baton, let's say you got a punching bag you want to train, order a side-handled baton offline. I ordered one from Hero Outdoors Surplus Canada. They're very reputable. Every time I messed up my own orders because I forgot to put something in, I have a bad habit of that, I called them, they're like, yep, we're going to help you out, we're going to help sort it out, and they do. And every time my product got to me. So, I ordered a side-handled baton, I took it to my punching bag, it didn't bend, it's great for a workout. I mean, you just have a lot of fun swinging that thing against the bag, and it's a great, you know, it just makes you sweat. It does. And it's a fun workout, as long as you're not hurting nobody. So, yeah, get yourself a side-handled baton, take it to a punching bag, a gym, a dojo, but, you know, those expandable ones aren't meant to be played around with, because they just bend too easy. So this was Stephen Nolan on gear subjects. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like. Thanks for watching.